when she was young, she went to LA to make it. Younger.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL leads us to a snow-covered Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, PA. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Really? Red light?
Yeah. They're open late on Saturday. So,
What did I have to come with?
No, sweetheart. It's absolutely fine. You guys can have fun. I'll be back at 6:15 or 6:30. I am paying for dinner. Kirby, it was nice to meet you.
Set! Block 80! 59. Tackles.
Yeah, I'm going to go say hi to
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Complete. It's Johnson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Check.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He gets this one to Johnson. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Brandon, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better than the guys that are covering him.
2 plays, 2 passes. We'll see if they go back to that well. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game, getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Get him!
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Terrence Mitchell right there on the coverage.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. In our meetings this week, they kind of tipped us off. They wanted to play ultra-aggressive, forcing fumbles. They just did that right there.
They took it to the next level, didn't they? You're exactly right, because everyone talks about being aggressive on defense and tackling well, but they were talking about getting after the football, making sure the ball was stripped out each and every time they lined up someone to get them on the ground.
And the adjustment working early. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Hey. Do you want to come with me?
I'd love to. But let's not take a cab. Let's walk through the park. It's much prettier.
Yeah, that sounds fun. This way?
This play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
3rd and short yardage. Mayfield. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Trying to get it to Landry there. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Quarter. Mike. Bravo. Take 2 of them. Watch the boot. These 2. You got time.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He completes it to Nelson. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. Yeah, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall, and this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now Mayfield. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Mayfield. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948. Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
The Tuck roll, didn't you? Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game. In New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Was that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless.
180. 20 right, 20 right, 20 right.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Lets it go for Nelson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
On second and 10, Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And able to get this one out just shy.
Well, since we're stating facts, Randall, this whole acting career that I have, the one that you've never really taken seriously, this is what's paying for Mom to get the best professional care. This. Unless you want to pay for it with your city councilman's salary.
Screw you, Kevin.
Where's Mom? I don't know. She said she'd be right out here.
We're clearing something now.
She texted us. Why would she be?
Let's go.
This is awesome. Oh. Here are some warm, sugar-coated nuts in honor of your mom's childhood trips to New York.
It is so beautiful.
Yeah.
How did you think of this?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Home Alone 2.
Really?
Kev's made me watch it about 1,000 times. Macaulay Culkin, he's hiding out from Joe Pesci and that other guy in a carriage. And I'm watching it, and I'm thinking to myself, do people actually still do that? Because it kind of seems cheesy as hell. And also, like something I would really love to do with my beautiful wife. Oh, you guys just eat your nuts. Just give me some winter milk.
See, you made it yourself.
And the 25 at the 24.
17 yards. And the Steelers, first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Roethlisberger now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's first and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Caught by Nelson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4.
Alert! Hey, orbit! Double. Check.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 39 yards there, a big one. So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, down at the 31. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Check!
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw again is Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Here's Grant. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. It's caught. Nelson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Ready? Like 80.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started, and it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. This is the tight end, Njoku. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Roethlisberger. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Roethlisberger will stay out there, and they're going to go for it on 4th. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. They're hauling it in, Nelson. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Roethlisberger now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. This is Grant. About 3 yards there to the 27. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Roethlisberger. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now, there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of it.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. On the corner blitz that time, the sack goes to Denzel Ward. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt.
And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. Oh. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come up to 6.
That's a lot of points.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get into that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Browns drive about to get started. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. A run for Nick Chubb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the 2nd half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
They run it again with Chubb. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. They will run with Grant. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Roethlisberger will throw. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Following the interception, Mayfield. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Mayfield to throw it. And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, as an offense, you know, some drives you have it, some drives you don't. And this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was 3rd and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense.
That his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. So that is 2 pick sixes he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick sixes, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now it's Roethlisberger. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Justin Burris. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Point it right. Hey, alert 33. Hey, Zeus.
On 2nd and 9. Mayfield going deep here for Lent. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
That! Black 20! Mike, quit talking about it and bring it. No foul! Black,
after the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger trying to lay one up deep. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. Here we go on 4th down with Roethlisberger. Now he'll let this one go. Deep lefts. He's got it at the 15. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back now in Pittsburgh, it's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4.
Jack 15.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the rookie from Alabama, Mack Wilson. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Alert, 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 alert.
And again, it's Chubb. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. The Browns on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. On the ground, it's Chubb. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. 9 yards on the carry, but it's going to lead to a 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield hands to Chubb on the draw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From the red zone now, Mayfield. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going.
And my goodness, another interception. It's T.J. Carey who picked it. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer the last to do it in 2000. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Bud Dupree able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Now Chubb. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Oh, Seibert missed it. This one slides to the right on him. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 44 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a first down throw that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Here's Roethlisberger. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Credit that breakup to Greedy Williams. Another incompletion. It's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made 1 more play, could have had our shutout.
Well, the lead late in the fourth, but Mayfield's going to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. We're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run. Chubb. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous. Regular.
To throw, Mayfield. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Now, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play.
Finn, you can't exert yourself like this. Just take it easy. I ran into a woman in the cafeteria. Real nice, but
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Mayfield. And it is incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Johnson the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agree. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And that is intercepted by the Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Morgan Burnett, and his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Browns, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Glendale to take on the Cardinals. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Or you? When you offered me a job, you said it was to get back on the horse. And what you really wanted was a mentor, which I'm fine with, but I think maybe you feel threatened by that need. Maybe that's true. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go